5 mounted human with short bows and calf spears, I believe, no armor. Then 6 mounted knights of the realm, no command. My duke on a royal peg with virtue of heroism, so he's got monster slayer and kill and blow. The seal of power of on, so he always hits on a 3 no matter what. The Sirena's locket, so he's immune to multiple wounds. And the Grommel Great Helm, so he has a 2-up armor reroll once. Then I've got my 8 Grail Knights with full command and the level 4 wizard on battle magic in the centre. She's got the Falcon Horn of Fredimund and the Law Familiar. Then I've got my Baron on a royal peg. He's got the Ogre Blade, the Virtue of Knightly Temper. I've got 2 into 6 mounted Knights of Realm, same as the other one. 10 Peasant Bowmen, no command, and 3 Peg Knights, no command.
Thank you. So, Beastmen list, we have 5 Tuskor Chariots, 12 Gore, 5 Dogs, 10 Ungor Bowmen, the 5 Centnagor, 1 Cygor, 1 Gorgon, and then the 2 level 4s, the one on the right being the General on Elementalism, and the one on the left on Demonology. And that's it for the Beastmen. Yeoman.
Right, so the Yeoman, just on the flank, being chaff. And I got 6 Knights covering the flank. It's Peasants in the centre because I don't want my Knights going through the dangerous terrain. Got most of my points around the centre, all protected by my Wizards, so they can't get Vial-Tided. And I got 6 Knights just on the flank, 3 Peg Knights just on the flank.
Everyone's really worried about little Vial-Tide. Just nice, friendly little.
Nice Vial-Tide. Oh, I'll just wipe my entire unit.
Exactly. So, Beastmen deployment, we have the Combat Mage on the left flank with the Dogs, and 2 Tuskor Chariots with a Gorgon, 10 Bowmen, 12 Gore, 2 Chariots with a unit of Centnagor with the Cygor just behind, and on the right flank we have the level 4 General and 1 normal Tuskor. And then we'll come back after the first turn. So end of Beastmen, turn 1 movement. The Dogs and the level 4 went up the left flank. Level 4 has got Demonic Vigor off for the extra movement. Chariots and the Gorgon in the middle stumbled forward a little bit. Supported with the Ungor. Gore moved up slightly. Chariots in the centre Gore just moving up for position. Other Chariot marched up quite far with the General casting Mystical Pathway to move up. And he has got Earthen Rampart on as well. And then the Cygor just moved around slightly. So we'll come back after turn 1, magic and shooting.
I should rally.
So end of Beastmen, magic and shooting phase. Bowmen are out of range. Cygor threw a rock into the Grails, scattered into the realms. Did a few wounds, killed 1 after some armor saves and a ward. Bit more success on the right with Vial-Tide and Windblast chipping off 4 wounds in total to the pegs, and then with the pushback from Windblast and then running away, pegs are on the edge of the board. 1 turn to rally, really. So not a bad opening turn from the Beastmen, and we'll come back after Bretonnian turn 1 movement.
So I'll just turn them around, kept them still, and moved these big block of Knights and stuff just up to cover the centre a bit more. And they failed to charge into that chariot, which fled. And that's it for movement.
Get any spells?
Oh, yeah, I got a 5-up ward save on, it was on them.
On the little unit.
The little unit, 5-up regen on the little unit of Knights.
And then just a little bit of shooting.
A little bit of shooting, not much.
So we'll come back after some shooting phases.
So yeah, that's 4x in the game.
So shooting?
These 5 shot the Dogs, did nothing. These 10 shot the Gorgon, did nothing. Fireball from a Wizard into the Gorgon did 1 wound. And I've put a Pillar of the Fighter in the centre. That's it for my turn.
And that's end of Bretonnian's turn 1. So Beastmen movement. Level 4 marched up with Demonic Vessel and Demonic Vigor on him. Dogs for support. Gorgon have moved up to do some threats from behind the dangerous terrain, supported by a couple of chariots. The Ungor are about to take some shots and kill the Grail Knights. The Gore have just shuffled around the middle with the chariot. The brave Bretonnian Knights fled the charge. So the Centnagors and the chariot followed up because there was no alternatives to chase, which did leave the gap for the level 4 to be able to mystical pathway
I
to
forgot.
get within range of the Baron to try and chip some wounds off him, which Steve is very happy about. So we'll come back after the hopeful shooting phase. So Beastmen shooting. The Ungor's shots did a wound, fouled the armour, but passed the ward. But then the important one, the little Vile Tide, only managed to get 9 wounds through. He did pass a couple of wards, but it is the Baron has fallen, which has made Steve a very happy man. Jack not so much.
No, I'm not happy.
And that is it. The Cygor threw a rock at the Grails, but scattered 10 inches off towards the back of the board. Windblast tried to cast, but failed to cast.
My poor Baron.
And then Fireball was dispelled.
Didn't deserve that.
Every Brett player deserves Vile Tide. That's what it's made for.
Every Beastman player deserves to fail to cast.
And that is the end of Beastman turn 2.
Alright. These charged into Frankfurt's Wizard, the Grail Knight and the Lord charged into his Gorgon. I lost 3 Grail Knights on the way in and my Wizard took a wound. It's a dangerous terrains.
Really
And then these charged into the 12 that have no little cows.
and the Brave
And they
Knights,
did not rally.
awfully off the board, so they're like 1 inch off the edge.
Yeah, they're going to die next turn. And that was it for my movement.
The Pillar of Fire moved
Didn't
forward a
get
little bit, but not very far.
not enough.
And there was no shooting, just straight to combat. So Beastman turn 3 shooting, not a great deal. The Ungors took some pop shots at the Bowman, did nothing. Then the Wizard opened up with his Fireball from his Ruby Ring and killed 8. Cygor threw a rock over at the Lord, but scattered 6 inches into nowhere. And that is it for shooting, so we'll come back after turn 3 combat. So end of Beastman turn 3 combats. The 3 chariots
Sandwich my ground
and killed all the Ground Knights. Left the Wizard for the combat, but she died. Dogs at the back did 1 wound, took none back in return. Passed their LD, so just gave ground. Over here, the Gore did 1 wound. Brett's fled, and the Gore ran 12 and ran them down. And that is the end of Beastman 3. We'll come back in Bretonnian turn 3. So Bretonnian turn 3 movement.
2 knights and Duke charges Wizard. A final stand. It's not going to do anything.
Behind the precipice.
And the Archer at the back managed to
Fled off the board.
flee off the board. And there is no shooting, so
combat.
Bretonnian turn 3 combat. So end of Bretonnian turn 3 combats.
Just a push. Not very many attack wounds through either side. Ended up in a draw. 1 wound to the Wizard, 1 wound to the Duke, 1 wound from them. And this one, 1 wound from the dogs, 1 wound from the guys, so it both ended up in a draw.
And that's end of turn 3 Bretonnians.
Yeah.
So turn 4 Beastmen.
Yes.
Because you haven't even played.
I haven't played in a couple of weeks.
Beastmen turn 4. The 2 Tuskor chariots charged in to the Lord. Everything else has just moved up to see what happens. And that's end of Beastman's movement and shooting, because there's nothing that's not in combat and nothing to target. So we'll come back after the combat phase. So end of Beastman turn 4 combat. With impacted and everything else, did 2 wounds to the Lord. So he's down to 1.
You did 3 wounds.
3 wounds. 1 combat. The Lord uses stubborn to just fall back, whereas the Knight has legged it and ran clean off the board.
I feel like I'm going to win this.
It's going to turn. Turn 5's all yours.
I
or turn 4.
I believe in myself.
And the 3 dogs did 3 wounds, I think, to the yeoman, who then
I missed all
ran.
6 of my attacks.
And we'll come back for the Bretonnian Lord's turn 4.
Yeah.
So end of Bretonnian turn 4. The Lord took the challenge from the level 4, whose impact hits. Did 4 wounds, saved 3.
Yeah.
And the Lord got run over by a big piggy.
Well, he gave it his best.
And that's the end of turn 4 and the game. So we'll come back with a little recap. So, end of the game. Surviving for the Beastmen is 9 raiders, 3 dogs, the 2 level 4s, 9 of the Gore, 4 Tuscarora chariots, the Cygor, and 5 Centigore. And surviving for the Brets.
All of this is alive, actually.
Yeah, that's not a dead pile. There's nothing to see there at all. But yeah, I think definitely swung turn 2 when the Knights fled, got into the volatile range of a Baron.
Massive mistake from me. I won't lie. Just forgot.
I think you were hoping a little bit that your wizard would stop it, but
yeah,
you then failed to dispel. But
I completely forgot, to be honest.
And then after that, with the Grails failing to restrain and overrunning in front of 3 chariots, including the level 4, it was never going to go well for them.
Never.
And then the Lord with heroism just can't kill chariots.
Can't kill chariots. Stupid. He would have killed maybe wizard.
Well, you got a 6 to win the one, didn't you?
Yeah, but
So,
you would have passed your ward.
Yeah. But no, really good game, but definitely swung on turn 2.
It was a good game. I made many mistakes.
So Beastmen remain TC Old World Champions.
Take your hammer.
I'll get my hammer back.
Champion of champions.
I'll play.
So we'll get this report up hopefully sometime in September as well.
Play an 8th edition. I'll play my
You're not champion of
minus
TC
10
champions.
dark
I
elf.
hold that because I beat you. You beat me.
I'll play
To draw.